Oh, Lamball, one of Palworld's most adorable pals with a ranking of an S+ tier in cuteness on the unofficial official Adan Pal cuteness tier list. Not only are they just adorable to look at, but they're actually very helpful pals, especially in the early game. But before we continue, let's go over our Lamball cuteness montage. Now, most of you may have encountered Lamball as your first pal in the game, and it may have even been your first capture, or the first of your kill streak. No shame. Oh no. Oh, there it goes. No. Oh no, I do the other Lamball. Either way, we've all probably caught a Lamball. Because to be fair, there really isn't much to capture one. Bruise it up a little bit, throw a pal spray, and bam! New pal for life. Lamballs are typically found around the starting areas and scattered out throughout the area. So now let's see what a Lamball is capable of. Just like any other pal, it can either assist us in battle or most importantly help us back at our base. Lamball has a working type of handiwork level 1, farming level 1, and transporting level 1. Handiwork will help with constructing of new buildings like those berry farms, workbenches, and all those spicy early game buildings. Well, how? With this mystical hammer it spawns and ferociously, and might I add, hilariously whacks away at. Furthermore, helps with crafting like pal spears, bows, arrows, armor, and much more at the crafting stations. Next is transporting, where Lamball will collect resources or food from stone pits, lumber plantations, and farms to deposit them for you. That way you're able to journey on your adventure without needing to constantly go back at your base. And lastly, Lamball has Farming 1, which is not to be confused with planting and collecting crops, but that it can be assigned to a ranch and will periodically drop wool, which can be upgraded to cloth to make early game armor and pal upgrades. Now comes the tricky part with farming. Since farming allows it to ranch, the pal's abilities would affect what it will do at the ranch. Lamball will produce 1 wool per drop cycle in the ranch, which can be increased by an extra +1 wool per condensation level, up to 5 wool per drop cycle at level 4 condensation. Contrary to popular belief, positive and negative passes don't affect the wool cycle, such as Artisan won't make it drop any faster, Musclehead or Slacker won't make it drop any slower. Hard to believe, I know, I feel the exact same way. I feel that Artisan does affect it for some reason, but it could all be a placebo. But then again, who knows? If they did change it, please let me know, because I know Palworld constantly keeps making updates and I love it so much for that. As far as to my knowledge, only leveling the pal's condensation level prove its wool drop rate, making you feed the remains of their fellow siblings to them. Oh, only Palworld would have such cruel face for such adorable creatures. Next is Lamball's combat capabilities. As much as I love the little furball, it's not really meant for combat. Its stats are pretty low and its natural moveset is the funniest you will ever see with the roly-poly move, where it curls into a ball and relentlessly charges at its target just to be confused at the end. I mean, just literally, just look at the little guy tuckered out days away. Do the roly-poly, do the roly-poly. Oh, there it is, Oh! Lamball is a normal type pal that will deal 20% bonus damage with normal type skills, or commonly known as stab damage. Being a normal type makes them take bonus damage from dark types, and sadly normal attacks are not super effective against any other typing. While Lamball, just like any other pal, can use any of the skill fruits to learn better moves if you so choose so to keep your Lamball alive and thriving. And lastly is its pal ability, where you can wield the adorable pal as a riot shield, absorbing damage for you. Yes, I'm being for real. That's what I truly love about Palworld. It's funny moments like this. Back off, back off. I got a Lamball. No, he died. Oh, so am I. Kind of skedaddle. Increasing the condensation level doesn't affect our PAL raw shield health, only the PAL stats do that. The PAL's condensation affects its wool drop rate, as stated in the previous segment. Now, Lamball's practicality lies in its early game, where it's very helpful around the base for crafting and building, as the early game is filled with non-stop rushes of exciting new buildings, crafting recipes, meeting new pals, leveling up, and constantly improving your base. Plus, it will be one of your main sources of collecting wool early game, and probably will be for the majority of the game, like it was for me, unless you went the route of the crevice. I definitely recommend having at least 2 Lamballs back at your base, one assigned to a ranch to have a source of wool, and one free roam to transport or to craft around the base. Okay. But inevitably, most of us will bench Lamball when we come across higher end pals, to the point where it's even a trip to see a Lamball once you get to the mid to late game. I mean, at first you just see them all the time, and then eventually you don't see them for the longest time. You're like, whoa, that pal still exists? Oh yeah, you're right. But don't let that deter you from keeping one around as your special pal, because we all have that one attachment to that one pal we've carried around to the end game. Mine is my beautiful Wixen, my most favorite pal of all time that I've carried around since my early level 20s. I'm never trading her in. Leave a comment what pal you've kept around for the majority of your Palworld journey, or what pal was the biggest heartbreak to release. Well, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like on the video, really helps out, and subscribe to see more future videos as we're going over other pals like Kativa, who's next on the Paldeck. Y'all looking good. Y'all looking good. But to eventually have base tours of some of the fascinating works of art you guys have made. I've seen some of these things that look like legit castles from players, and it's only going to get better with the new update that got released this summer, the Sukurjima, something like that. Sorry if I probably butchered it. And only if Pocket Pair would please give us a built-in screenshot mode without mods needed, please. I'm not asking for much, am I, please? But anyways, we're on the journey to 1K subs. I was your host, Adan, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo! Dude, a Lamball capable of level 9 against level 13. Why not? Good boy. Oh! That's right. Oh. Want the heat? You want the heat? Do the roly poly! Do the roly! Oh. Oh, Lamball